Welcome to my YouTube channel. Legend has it that King Henry VIII was smitten not with Anne of Cleves herself, but with her portrait. But when the real Anne arrived in England, Henry's infatuation supposedly vanished in an instant. Was Anne truly unattractive, or was there something more complex, perhaps even political or psychological at play? Let's rewind. Anne wasn't some commoner. She was born into nobility. Her father, John III, Duke of Cleves, was a major figure in the Protestant Reformation. Anne and her sister, Amalia, were raised in a court that rejected the authority of the Pope, making Anne a fitting candidate for Henry, who had recently broken from Rome and divorced Catherine of Aragon. But Anne's strict, no-nonsense Protestant upbringing may not have aligned with Henry's expectations for grace and courtly charm. Now, here's where it gets interesting. Instead of meeting Anne himself, Henry sent his trusted painter, Hans Holbein the Younger, to capture her likeness. Holbein was instructed to paint Anne and her sister as they truly appeared. No artistic embellishment allowed. According to Antonia Fraser's The Six Wives of Henry VIII, Henry wanted accuracy, not flattery, a decision that would soon come back to haunt him. Holbein did his job, and when the portraits returned, Henry chose Anne. But, as any modern online data knows, appearances in pictures can be misleading. Eager to meet his bride-to-be, Henry concocted a dramatic plan. He disguised himself and barged in on Anne, expecting her to see through his ruse, recognize her royal fiancé, and swoon. Instead, Anne, unfamiliar with English courtly drama, saw only a strange, overly familiar man. She remained courteous but confused. Henry, however, felt humiliated. Still, political alliances were at stake. Anne was the sister of a powerful German duke, and backing out now could cause diplomatic disaster. So on January 6, 1540, Anne of Cleves became Henry's fourth wife. What followed was arguably the most uncomfortable honeymoon in royal history. Henry confided to his courtiers that he found Anne even less attractive in person than he had feared. Anne, in turn, innocently described their wedding night. Henry kissed her, held her hand, and bid her good night. Actions she may have believed constituted consummation. But Henry complained bitterly, even going so far as to claim that Anne had an unpleasant odour and cast doubt on her virginity, a move many historians now view with skepticism. In an effort to escape the marriage, Henry's advisers uncovered a convenient loophole. Anne had once been briefly betrothed to another man. Though that engagement had been cancelled, Henry used it as grounds to request an annulment. To defend his masculinity, Henry had a physician testify that he was in fact virile, citing supposed nocturnal emissions as evidence. According to Alison Weir's The Six Wives of Henry VIII, this bizarre strategy was meant to convince everyone that the problem wasn't Henry, it was Anne. But here's the twist. Anne didn't resist. She agreed to the annulment, and in return she received a generous settlement, estates, money, and the honorary title of the king's beloved sister. She remained in England, enjoyed a privileged position at court, and outlasted all of Henry's other wives, including Henry himself. She formed warm relationships with Henry's daughters, Mary and Elizabeth, and continued to attend court functions. Though she may have quietly hoped to reunite with Henry after the downfall of his fifth wife, Catherine Howard, the king chose someone else, Catherine Parr. Still, Anne played her hand masterfully. She lived a peaceful and respected life until her death on July 16, 1557, just weeks shy of her 42nd birthday. She was buried with honour in Westminster Abbey, a rare distinction among Henry's wives. Her tomb is simple but poignant. Anne of Cleves, Queen of England. Anne of Cleves may not have captured Henry's heart, but she won something far more valuable: survival, dignity, and peace. While others lost their lives, she kept her head and secured her place in history, not as a tragic wife, but as a quietly brilliant survivor. In a world where beauty and charm often determined fate, Anne proved that wisdom could be the greatest power of all. If you found this video useful, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more explorations into the truths and tales of the past.